be on your own while being a Rolling Stone. But the problem with that is we went from job hopping to job hugging. Is that because of all the recent layoffs and all these companies and organizations? Because see, what's often left out is people that job hop, they do it in healthcare as well. So if you're in an administrative role, and this is any type of job, it doesn't matter if it's healthcare or tech. If you're any kind of supervisor, manager, or director, those are all administrative roles. So it's all the same thing because they're salary positions. But let's check out a new trend that's emerging in the economy. CNN, let them know.
We say goodbye to the Great Resignation. There's new data showing that more workers are staying put in their current jobs, making way for a new trend analysts are calling. It sounds so delightful. Job hugging.
Yeah, it sounds delightful.
I was going to say, but there's a little bit more to it.
Right.
No job hugging. No hugging out the job.
What do I say? This is an HR free zone. Kidding, kidding, kidding.
Yeah, see, they about to get in trouble. See, they was about to go into a whole nother lane they wasn't supposed to let you know. It's a lot of dick sucking under the table. Yeah, I said it. Bitch ass liberals.
Please continue.
Yeah. So it's known as job hugging, which, like you said, sounds good, but it's basically the fact that more and more workers are holding on to their jobs for dear life because they're worried that they're going to lose their job and they're less confident that they'll be able to get a new one. So look at this chart that shows job to job change rate. And what you saw after 2020, after COVID, there was this skyrocketing where people were job hopping. They were felt in.
And see, you have to remember, these salary paid jobs are non-union. Union only supports hourly paid employees. I'm not going to say the people at the bottom because that wouldn't even sound right. Because those people at the bottom that are unionized make more money than the average person. Yeah. So there's less security in these high paying jobs. Meaning, even though it's a top tier role, the top tier roles are the first ones to get cut, the first ones to receive payouts and layoffs. It's easier to get them out than it is a unionized employee. Let that sink in.
Increasingly confident they could get a better job with a bigger paycheck, and they were willing to try that out. That was the Great Resignation, but that has come down very significantly. And the other thing that's come down is paychecks for people who do change jobs. So back in 2019, before COVID, a 10% increase on average for people who were job hopping. That skyrocketed to 20% plus during the Great Resignation. But look at this, it's come down to just 7% now, below the pre-COVID average.
So that's like the whole story right there, right?
It is. Yeah. In fact, some of the government data actually shows that the people who are changing jobs, their pay increases on average, it's the same as the people who are changing jobs. And
so sit y'all asses down. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the travel, or should I say the AKA the passport boys, the passport bros, or just people that are just trying to live life abroad because they gave up in America. Everything's too expensive and they thought everything was better on the other side. Now, it benefits some. It doesn't necessarily mean you gave up life in America, but you wanted more freedom. You wanted to enjoy life a little bit more. Maybe you wanted food that you wanted to eat that was actually organic. And that's what I noticed as on my traveling journeys. When I went to UK and Australia, I noticed the food quality was a lot better. Even in Brazil, I could taste the fresh difference. Like the food actually tasted organic. Like, it's wild, but anyway.
And
people who are staying in their jobs is the same as people changing jobs. Got
exactly.
It.
Right. The pay increase. And where is this happening in terms of job hugging? Where has it slowed down in terms of people changing? Bank of America said it's happening mostly in jobs where people get paid once a month. This tends to be white collar jobs, often in finance, in tech, also business and professional services, which includes everything from managers and lawyers to accountants as well.
And see, the thing about this is AI could pretty much wipe out most white collar jobs. Whatever is done on a computer, AI could pretty much mimic a person that's actually doing it. So more people are going back to blue collar work. Pipe fitters, welders, plumbers, electricians. We'll always need those people. AI will never be able to do those jobs. If they are, they'll be able to half-ass do it because nothing has more skills than an actual person. So it's like computer versus man. The man builds the computers. So anything could be taken down or built up by men, right? So it's like back to the drawing board, back to working in the coal mines. And also another reason why people are job hugging is because let's say you live in California. You want to move to Nevada or Arizona or even Colorado because the cost of living is cheaper. But what's going to happen is when your company finds out that you moved and you're working from home, they're going to cut your pay by 30%. So you're better off staying where you're at. So that's another thing. It's going to be less people moving across state lines too.
So why is this happening? Again, economists say this reflects a loss of confidence in the ability to get a better job. The University of Michigan has a survey out where they ask consumers whether or not they think that unemployment is going to go up over the next year. And back in November, just about 1 in 3 people said they were bracing for higher unemployment. So that was pretty low. But look at this. It has come all the way up to 60% now. That is the highest since the Great Recession. The other thing here, according to Bank of America, is we've seen a freeze in hiring in a number of different sectors. And
this is going to affect young men more than it is anybody else. Now, for women that are in their 20s, they pretty much have it made because you already know what the deal is with them. With this big influence on social media influencers, you have OnlyFans, you have adultery. So young women will be okay until they start, once they age up to about 35 and up, that's when they're going to start having problems. But young men, they have to get on the ball because they're the ones that are going to struggle with these actual jobs the most. So I just made a video about more American seniors being homeless because they can't live off retirement and Social Security alone. So whatever beef you got with your children, you better y'all better make amends and come together or something.
the bank says that it likely reflects concern over tariff uncertainty and all this volatility surrounding trade policy.
All right. Continue to buckle up.
Yes.
It's good to see you.
Thank you, Kate.
Buckle up for the rough road. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was interesting. Another quickie. But I'll catch you in the next video. And happy hump day. Peace.